Hello visuals, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week where we like to talk about my sweaty feet. Really, don't worry, I've actually talked a lot about my sweaty feet, especially in the news a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, we're going to do that again, my slimy frog feet. Here for another Pokemon list, and another Pokemon list where it's, I guess, personal opinion, so it's definitely one I want you guys to get in the comments below and absolutely score me on and correct me on and give your better thoughts and opinions. I can't wait to see what the comments look about. I'm looking at you, James. You always give the best opinion. It's given each generation its own mascot. Now, we know Pikachu is the mascot of the entire Pokemon world, you know, from every generation. Pikachu is the mascot. But what if every time a generation comes out, we have a particular mascot that's always on the market and stuff, where it's on the artwork and stuff, it's part of the box art, it's you know, a mascot from every generation, from every Pokedex, from the Hoenn region, Kalos region, every region. I don't know why I need to specify that. We know what every generation means. Fucking Christ, I'm a fucking idiot. A particular Pokemon that will be on everything you see of that generation. Which Pokemon is best to represent each generation? Which is its mascot? It was a fun idea for a list. So like I said, I definitely want to see what your thoughts and opinions are in the comments below. But without my father... I don't know why I do this shit. Without further ado, let's get on and talk all about, well, we'll do Generation 1 first because we'll stick with Pikachu. Generation 1 mascot, Pikachu. The quickest and most easiest part of this list, we don't have to worry. And in fact, no, let's do a quick little thing. If it wasn't Pikachu, no, because I'm just going to go straight to Clefairy because that's what the original idea and that was. Yeah, Generation 1, we know the crack. Generation 2, it's quite hard because Generation 2 was defined by the eggs and stuff, wasn't it? That was the big key feature. So, I know we saw Togepi in Generation 1 a lot, but I'm going to say Togepi for Generation 2. Togepi would be the selling point of this generation. Obviously, to be a mascot Pokemon, you have to be appealing, because I know originally didn't they change Clefairy into Pikachu because kids were more attracted to the bright yellow of Pikachu and stuff. They were more drawn to Pikachu and shit. But I think Togepi is a nice one to go for. Like I said, it sets the tone of the generation with it being the egg stuff. It was around enough and it was curious enough for us to fans to be like, what Pokemon's that? That's not a Gen 1 thing, but here we go. It's a new thing. It's come out of an egg and all this kind of carry on. Misty's rocking it around. It's one of the main characters has got it as a companion Pokemon. So Togepi, I definitely think Togepi is the best shout for Gen 2. Generation 3, now this one's quite hard. I've gone for 2, right? And I don't know. Right, I've gone for Ralts in cast form, right? The reason why I've gone for Ralts is because it evolves eventually into quite a popular Pokemon. A lot of people love Gardevoir, and as well now, obviously at the time it didn't, but now it does have the split evolutionary with Gallade if you want it to be a Gallade as opposed to a Gardevoir. It's appealing, it stands out, it's a unique Pokemon, it's relatively popular, a lot of people are drawn to it. So I think it's in a good shout. The colour scheme and everything, you know, it's unique enough for your eyes to be drawn to it. Cast form as well. Basic normal form, cast form doesn't exactly stand out, I guess, but the unique concept that comes with it, the different forms it can get from fire and water and all that kind of carry on, the different shapes it can take, the fact that it's given to you as a Pokemon during the game, it's a unique enough Pokemon, it's cute enough, I guess. Like I said, you do look at it because it's a little bit out of place. Basic normal cast form isn't massively thingy, but I suppose you could have the sunny day form or whatever, the sunny form as the main one. I'm more inclined to say Ralts, but I just think cast form was a good little shout. Generation 4, now this is another hard one because I've got multiple choices here. We've gone for Shinx, who is a hugely popular Pokemon, and a lot of people love the whole Shinx line, leaning into Luxray. I've gone for Buizel, and I've also gone for Rotom, but I don't know if Rotom's a bit unfair because Rotom's become, in its own way, some sort of form of a mascot, with it being the Dex or being, our bike and that going around the Galar region and stuff. So Rotom might be a bit of an unfair shout because it already has an advantage. But Buizel, I don't know why. There was just something about Buizel, and like I said, I know a lot of people get a Buizel and a floats on their team and stuff. But Shinx surely is the standout character. It's a good colour scheme. It's cute. It's nice to put on the box art of stuff. It's a well-liked Pokemon. It's a well-used Pokemon. So I think, yeah, out of the three of them, Shinx would be the mascot of Generation 4. Oh, would it be Buizel? Shinx. Generation 5, obviously it's never usually a starter that's the mascot anyway, even though the starters are key components and key features to the selling points and products of each generation. So I didn't want to obviously go for the starters on any ones, but I have kind of technically gone for the starters with all the Pokemon, the Pansage, Pansaur, Panpour, because I know it's Grass, Water, Fire. But even though I'm not huge fans of them, once again, they're big, huge selling points. They're starters without being starters. It's if you've chosen M-Boy, you can go down the line and get yourself the Water Monkey Boy. They stand out very well enough. I was more drawn to them after the Concierge series. I absolutely love the Concierge series. And I think they'll do a stellar standout job again, posting them on the product placement, the magazines, the action figures, the artwork for the game and the posters and all that kind of stuff. Plus, even though I'm not huge on them, I think they are quite popular Pokemon. So yeah, one of the Pan Pokemon, either all three of them or one. I don't know if one stands out more than the other. I don't think it does. But yeah, one of the Panny Boys. Next up, it's Fletchling. Fletchling surely within a shout. It's one of the most unique regional birds, with obviously evolving into a fire type. Talonflame is beloved. Loads of people love Talonflame. Talonflame is absolutely awesome. He might not be my favourite regional bird. That will always be Pidgey, Pidgeot and stuff. But when we got to Fletchling and I was like, oh my god, we got a little fire boy as our regional bird. That's pretty fucking badass. And it's, like I said, it's unique enough. It stands out enough. It introduces the game in X and Y, doesn't it? When it comes down, it wakes up Serena. What? Yeah, it does wake up. No, it wakes you up, doesn't it? No, in the anime, it wakes up. There's the animation, isn't it? When it comes down and flies. It's, wake up, you knobhead. It's time to do shit. But, it's unique enough, it's cute enough, the colour schemes, it's there, everything works. It's unlike, as much as I love Pidgey, but Pidgey doesn't look too dissimilar to Hootoo. I mean, in just generic bird, and then Swallow doesn't really stand out a hell of a lot. Then we get to Gen 4, and we have Starly doesn't really stand out a lot. Then we get into Gen 5, and Pidove, no thank you. But then we get to this, and it's like, Fletchling, okay, pretty cool. And then we start to learn, like I said, about the fire typing and whatnot. So I think Fletchling would do a great job as being the mascot of that generation. Don't think, just like Generation 1, I don't think I need to do much of a talking point for this one, but surely it's got to be Mimikyu. Mimikyu will 100% be the mascot of Gen 7, of the Alola region. Everybody loves Mimikyu. When it's first introduced, the world, well, the Pokemon world, not the world, the Pokemon world went nuts. They fell in love with it straight away. The backstory's there. It stands out. It's unique enough. It's sellable because of the Pikachu looking aspect, but it's not like, it's like a creepy Pikachu. It does, I think it ticks all the boxes as to what it needs to be a generation mascot. And like I said, it's beloved. It's the fairy typing as well as ghost typing. Everybody loves Mimikyu. I think this one sells itself. Generation 8, I think this is another one that sells itself because it's one of the ones that the Pokemon world went a little bit nuts over, and it's Wooloo. When you go back and look through the Galar decks, I can't see anybody else that's, you know, ticks all the boxes. Like a Dreepy's not going to be it, is it? Or anything like that. But Wooloo's cute enough and adorable enough and stand out enough. And it's just like, oh, it's just a cute little sheep. And like I said, you can mark it everywhere. You can put it on everything. You can put it on the artwork and stuff. And in fact, if I remember correctly, it already did feature a hell of a lot on different artwork and posters and selling points for the Sword and Shield games and stuff. In fact, being a key representative as well of the region it's based on, Britain, where we have a lot of sheep, like Wales and all that kind of stuff. Shitloads of farmland with sheep on it in Britain. This is another one that kind of sells itself. I think Wooloo's definitely the best candidate. A close second, I did look at Four Links because of how unique that is. But I don't think, no, I'm not going to go down that route. It's definitely not. Wooloo for Gen 7. Gen 8 for Wooloo back then. And now on to Gen 9. No, we'll stick with it. Lechonk. Again, I think everybody kind of fell in love with a little bit with Lechonk when it first got appeared. Adorable, cute, stands out. Your eyes are drawn to it. It's nothing crazy and over the top. You can mark it everywhere. You can sell it everywhere. It's a fun Pokemon. I'm not huge on Lechonk. It's got a great name to say. It was kind of, like I said, it was kind of everywhere when they were revealing sort of the earlier sort of stages of the stuff for Scarlet and Violet in the Paldea region and shit. It's an early accessible Pokemon. I don't know how well used it is. I don't know how many people smashed through their first couple of playthroughs with a Lechonk. But then again, I never really smashed through a lot of stuff my first few playthroughs with Pikachu. Oh, no, I did actually. I think Either way, yeah, Lechonk, I think Lechonk kind of like Mimikyu and everyone else, or Wooloo and stuff, it does kind of sell itself. The Paldea region was quite hard. I was kind of torn. I didn't want to go for another Pikachu clone and go for the whole Pawmi line. I think that one was that would have been cheating a little bit. I didn't want to go for not Bellibolt, Tadbot thingy, Bellibolt's pre-evolution. No, Lechonk. I'm happy to stay with Lechonk, but I want to know what you guys think. And there we go, visuals. That is my contenders for each generation's mascot. Which one of these generations would be represented by? What the fuck am I saying? Which Pokemon from every generation would best be suited to be mascot of that generation? I think there's a few decent contenders in there. Like I said, we can't choose starters, even though I might have cheated a little bit, even though they're not starters, but the same theme as the starters with the Pan Boys. Fletchling. Is there somebody else we could have gone better than Fletchling as the mascot? Maybe Furfrou, because of the whole Paris dog haircut and all that. No, we'll stick with everything. We're not going to go back and redo anything. That is our picks, our mascots for each generation. Let me know yours in the comments below. I definitely look forward to seeing them. And more importantly, visuals, as my camera tries to lock onto a shouted out picture of fucking Joe Rogan and Brendan Schaub. Visuals, thanks so much for watching. You guys are literally the fucking best. We'll always keep being you and keep on keeping on.